You got any insight on Hunter Dickinson on where he's headed, on what he's looking
None.
for?
I give him credit. Here's what he's done right now.
Real quick, latest update. He visited Kentucky
in Kansas
over the weekend, I believe, or just finished his visit to Kentucky. Kansas. Yeah. Sounds like he has one lined up with Villanova too, right?
Correct. That's
right. And he's been to Georgetown. He's been to Maryland. He's been to. I'm missing one.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's it. Yes.
Okay.
You know, I love the fact that he's gone kind of dark here. You know, if I'm Hunter now, I'm trying to kind of reset everything. And again, take the opposite approach now. Just focus, man. Just focus on ball. Don't worry about the other shit. Pick the right school for you. Don't worry about NIL. NIL isn't going to matter at the end of the day. If it's $100,000, give you a chance, give yourself the best chance to, even if it's sitting on the bench in the NBA as a backup big, right? Give yourself the best chance to make the league and stay in the league for 10 years. Because if you do that at a minimum salary of $4 or $5 million, I know Dauster math isn't good. That's a lot of money.
It is. It's a lot of money. And it's more than you will make off of 1 year, one NIL thing. I had that conversation with someone the other day. Like, anybody,
you're talking to a lot of people. You're dropping a lot of names here.
I haven't
named specifically.
I haven't dropped
talked to this coach, that coach. I had a conversation with this guy, that guy. Are these just conversations with your kids?
No, and they're all different coaches too. It's 3 different coaches.
Okay.
Like, it wasn't. I was half expecting to be like, did you talk to the same coach and just reference it 3 different ways?
No,
it's like, it's a good way to make it sound like you're talking to people. No, actually, I was just talking to my D3 head coach, and he's now coaching high school, and I could just call him a coach, right? No, I was talking with someone the other day about how the best, like, if you're just chasing the highest dollar figure that you can get.
Yeah.
When it comes to what, like, the NIL situation in the 1 year, this applies also to, like, your first couple of years out of college. If you're going to Europe and you're just chasing the biggest bag instead of the best situation that you can get yourself into, you're going to stifle your career, because you're not going to go to the right place. You're going to go to the place where you're highest paid. And I think the context of the conversation was Nick Timberlake going to Kansas instead of UConn. A lot of people in the industry expected him to end up at UConn. He ended up at Kansas. And it was like, oh, he chased the NIL. He went to go get more money. Like, everyone, you're going to get paid no matter where you go in this marketplace, right? You need to find a place where you don't have people playing in front of you. And for Nick Timberlake to go to Kansas, you can slot yourself almost directly into the Grady Dick role, next to DeJuan Harris, next to Kevin McCullough if he comes back. Right.
McCullough's not coming back. He's not coming back.
So he's gone. So, but you can slot yourself into that Grady Dick role on that roster. Whereas at UConn, I mean, you don't know what's going to happen with Tristan Newton. You don't know what's going to happen with Andre Jackson. You don't know how big of an impact Stephen Castle is going to end up having. You don't know how big of an impact solo ball is going to end. Like, they love solo ball.
Yeah.
So you don't know what your role is going to be. So he picked the place where he could slot in, and he knows he'll get 25 to 30 minutes. He's
going to get the ball. Hey, he's going to get the ball right where he needs it.
Yes.
Right where he needs it.
And he's going to have a role, and he's going to be able to prove himself. I don't think he's going to be a guy that ends up playing in the NBA, but he's going to prove himself to places overseas. He's going to prove himself to places that will pay, low 6 figures to play basketball for the next 5 to 7 years. And he's going to do it while getting played at Fog Allen Fieldhouse. Like, that's a hard thing.
I was going to say, no offense to Gamble, but Gamble ain't Fog Allen.
No, it is not. Gamble needs David Benedict, the AD at UConn, needs to leverage this national title into finding a way to be able to renovate Gamble Pavilion, because it's.
You should tell him. Yeah, you should tell Benedict.
Oh, he doesn't need me to tell him. Benedict, he knows what he's doing. Like, he's
got to give all that money. All that money's going to have to go to Danny Hurley's contract, just so you know.
Look, all I got to say is I should get like 3% of Hurley's deal, because I kept when they lost 6 out of 8, I kept all the maniacs at bay. On Twitter.
You're kissing some serious ass then. But that also came.
Was I wrong? But was I wrong?
No, but that also came while privately you were saying they suck. Oh. They suck. They're never going to win another game. I hate them. They suck.
Well, here's the thing. Anybody that is an actual fan of any team knows that when things go bad, you got to find a way to, like, you got to let off some steam somewhere. I'm not sitting out here cussing them out publicly, right? Because I know I'm just angry. So you get the brunt of that. You get me saying like, "Oh, these teams."
We all got the brunt of it.
Yeah,
we all got the brunt of it. It wasn't just me.
Let me tell you guys about our sponsor for today's episode, Athletic Greens. I started taking AG1 a few weeks back. When we get in the middle of college hoop season, it can be hard for me to eat and drink as healthy as I probably should be, especially in late February and March when the schedule gets really busy. But I found that I've felt better as I've made AG1 a part of my daily routine. I take AG1 in the afternoons after the coffee is worn off and once the itis post-lunch is kind of set in. And what I found, my energy levels are up. It's improved my digestion. And as a result, I'm not only more efficient and productive in the most important time of the year for me and for the field of 68, but I'm working out more consistently. I just feel better. AG1 is so much more than just a greens powder. It's comprehensive health and the power of habit in one. Covering my nutritional basis for the day literally could not be easier, which is why I trust Athletic Greens. I just mix one small scoop of the AG1 formula with water, and I drink it every single afternoon. Done, just like that. I also like that it only costs $3 a day. The price is right. If a comprehensive solution is what you need for your supplement routine, then Athletic Greens is the answer. They are giving you a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. Free! Just go to athleticgreens.com/field68. That's athleticgreens.com/field68. The link is in the description below. Check it out, support the field of 68, and feel better about yourself.